Remember, I talked about this earlier. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. I really like that statement. So here's what I tell people. If you think you're ready to start your business, then sit down and develop a plan. You've got the BYU Entrepreneurship Program here. You've got the Rollins Center that can help you go through the steps of the plans. Most people, when they do a business model will have 400 steps to it. Most people do step 1, step 12, and step 400, which is, let me get an idea, let me get a name, and now it's time to launch. And that's how most people will start a business, in essence. They don't really think through all of the processes and the details. But think for a moment, if you think about the book of Abraham, and I can share that here because we're at BYU, but you think about the book of Abraham where everything was created spiritually before it was created temporally. It's the same process. We have a pattern in place. So you develop a plan. In other words, you counsel together and you put the plan in place. So you sit down, you develop everything spiritually, you put all the hypotheticals in the plan, you figure everything out. Then you revisit the plan often. If you're thinking about making a change or you're thinking about starting the business, put your plan in place and imagine, what if I had the business today? And if I had to do the business today, would I still do the things that I'm doing? Would I still go out tonight? Would I still do X, Y, and Z? Would I still hang out with my friends? What would I do differently week after week? But you revisit the plan often. The third one, exercise your agency to build it and subscribe to it. This one is key. If you don't like your business plan, if you don't like your business model, then you got to ask yourself, well, why am I doing it? Are you doing the business because of validation? Are you doing it because somebody said you should? Are you doing it because somebody said you'd be good at it? Part of doing business is a lot of fun. Like, I have so much fun and freedom and flexibility. Scott jokes that I look at a dashboard all day. Well, it's kind of true. I look at my noon reports and my 6 p.m. reports every day for 15 companies all across the board, and my assistant collects reports and sends me a report every Friday morning of where everybody's at and what's happening with all of the employees everywhere in the world. So yeah, that is fun. And the rest of the time, I have 6 kids and I spend a lot of time with them. But I exercised my agency and I decided that I liked the plan that I put in place. And then I decided to be obedient to it. So what are the things you run into? Yeah, I had to deal with the flack of my parents. My in-laws were worse. I'm glad they're recording this so I can send this to them. They basically said, like, we just wanted an attorney in the family. And my mother-in-law said something effective, well, sister so-and-so, her daughter married an attorney, and we wanted our daughter to marry an attorney. Anyway, I give her a hard time about it a little bit. But be obedient to the plan and follow the plan. I had a gal that when we were first married, we moved into our new ward, and a gal came up to my wife and me and said, hey, can you guys hang out with us? It's Labor Day tomorrow. You guys want to hang out? We're going to play games. And I said, oh, no, thanks, I'm working. And she said, well, wait a minute, why are you working? She said, don't you own the company? And I said, well, yeah, I own the company, but I'm making a choice, either play games with people in the ward or go in and work. And I chose to be obedient to the plan because I had my goals, I had my metrics. I wasn't a social hermit necessarily. When I was behind, I got caught up. I stayed through the night, I did everything that I needed to do, and I was disciplined to it. And then you recognize that any deviation to your actual plan is going to have consequences. Whether they be short-term or long-term, whether it be positive or negative, there are going to be consequences.